Xhaka again. Manchester United all over the place. Here's Saka. Lovely strike. It's a great save. The rebound is put in by Tavares. And Arsenal have taken a very early advantage.
Oh, it's a perfect start for Arsenal. It's a perfect start as well for Nuno Tavares.
Given a penalty, and Bukayo Saka will take it. This for a 2-0 lead to Arsenal. Saka scores. He sends De Gea the wrong way, and a really confident penalty. Good footwork by him again. He's looking quite lively, actually, Sancho. I'll have to be a bit careful with him. Ball comes in, and Manchester United have scored. Cristiano Ronaldo has put it in. Arsenal switched off, and Ronaldo has pulled a goal back. Then Xhaka, what a goal! What a goal by Granit Xhaka! And Arsenal lead 3-1.
Glory, glory, Manchester United. Hello guys, welcome to another episode of this podcast. And in this episode, we'll be analysing our last game with Arsenal. I didn't anticipate the game. As for me, I thought we could get at least a 1-0 win. And I was even thinking with Ronaldo fired up in the game, considering our previous loss, and thinking he would want to make it to Champions League, he would want to be fired up in the game. Well, it is what it is. He was even actually fired up in the game, but he was able to get only one goal, and they won us 3-1. I guess that's the end of our top 4 race. It was a very sad loss, because having lost the Liverpool game, we needed to win the Arsenal game too, to still be in the top 4 race. But now we're actually out of the top 4 race, and there's absolutely nothing we can do about this now. Well, to the analysis, they had 55% ball possession and we had 45%. We both had 14 total shots. They had 3 big chances and we had 4. They had 1 big chance missed and we had 3. They had 430 accurate passes and we had 337. They had 9 fouls committed and we had 12. We both had 2 offsides. They had 1 corner and we had 7. Imagine us having 7 corners and we don't have a drill of getting a goal through a corner. Imagine, we could not take advantage of set pieces. That's bad. But to the shots, we both had 14 total shots. They had 5 shots off target and we had 6. They had 7 on target and we had 5. They had 2 block shots and we had 3. None of their shots hit the woodwork, and 2 of our shots hit the woodwork. They had 9 shots inside the box. We also had 9 inside the box. They had 5 shots outside the box and we also had 5. Wow. That means they did things more perfectly. To the passes, they had 507 total passes and we had 412. They had 430 accurate passes and we had 357 accurate passes. They had 218 passes in their half and we had 201 passes in our half. They had 212 passes in our half and we had 136 passes in their half. We both had 12 accurate long balls. They had 3 accurate crosses and we had 4. They had 13 throws and we had 19. Our numbers are almost the same, and they actually got the win, so that speaks volume on where we are as a team. To the defense, they had 7 tackles on and we had 10. They had 7 interceptions and we had 9. They had 3 blocks and we had 2. They had 16 clearances and we had 17. We both had 4 keeper saves. To the duels, they had 31 duels won and we had 41. We both had 26 ground duels won. They had 5 aerial duels won and we had 15. They had 4 successful dribbles and we had 5. They got 3 yellow cards and we got 4. All I know is that we were not fired up in the game at all. We were not fired up. Well, to the player statistics, Elneny was the player of the match, and in the top 10 player ratings of the game, we really had Ronaldo and Matic, just 2 players in the top 10 player ratings of the game. Absolutely poor. So the big chances created, Ronaldo was with the highest. He had 2 chances, and in the top 5 big chances created, we only had 2 players, Ronaldo and Matic. To the total shots, Saka was the highest, and in the top 10 total shot rating of the game, we had 6 players. To the pass success, Xhaka was the highest, and in the top 10 pass success rating of the game, we had Lindelof with 49, Varane with 45, Dalot with 44, and Matic with 36. We really had 4 players. To the successful dribbles, we had Sancho with the highest. He had 3, then Telles 1, and Matic 1. And in the top 5 successful dribbles rating of the game, we really had 2 players. To the tackles on, we have Bruno Fernandes with the highest. Bruno Fernandes doing the works of our defender. He had 3. Alex Telles had 2. Then Juan Mata had 2. Even with the limited time he came in, he still tackled Mata. You can imagine. Ronaldo had 1. And the top 10 tackles on rating of the game, we had 5 players. Honestly, the game is a disappointing one. Now considering the fact that we're out of anything possible for next season. Like Champions League is not possible for us again next season. Honestly, man, it's very devastating. But let's go to the blog post to see what the bloggers have to say about our team. This particular blog post seems to interest me because right now we're working towards the rebuilding of the team, and this seems to be part of the rebuilding news. So let's read. It says Sancho and the 5 players Manchester United must keep this summer. Let's dive in. Manchester United 4-0 defeat to Liverpool highlighted the seismic gap between England's 2 biggest clubs at this point in time. United have fallen behind their rivals ever since legendary manager Sir Alex Ferguson left the club, and now Premier League contention seems a long way away. Now the current first team squad, coached by Ralph Rangnick, needs an overhaul in the summer transfer window. Indeed, there are only a handful of players that are worth keeping at Old Trafford. Dean Henderson. David De Gea has been Manchester United's best player of the post-Ferguson era, and it will be harsh to force him out. However, in Dean Henderson, the club has a hungry academic graduate that deserves at least a season at the highest level to prove he is the long-term solution. At 25, he will be looking to leave this summer if he isn't given assurance of regular first-team football. So now is the time to see what he's made of. Okay, Rafael Varane. The centre of defence has been a major issue for United in recent years, failing to settle on a partnership like Nemanja Vidic and Rio Ferdinand. And with captain Harry Maguire struggling more than ever, the presence of a 4-time Champions League winner is all the more important. Unfortunately, Varane's debut season at Old Trafford has been plagued by injuries, but it's far too early to write him off, honestly. I still believe in Varane. Luke Shaw had an excellent 2020-2021 season, ending with a goal for England in the European Championship final. So even though he's been far from his best this campaign, it's worth giving him the opportunity to hit form under new manager Erik ten Hag. Shaw also has the advantage of being English, which is necessary for all Premier League clubs given the squad registration rules. Bruno Fernandes, the likes of Kai Havertz and Tanguy Ndombele have struggled to adjust to the speed of the Premier League in recent years, but not Bruno Fernandes. The Portugal international had an extraordinary first 18 months in England, having arrived from Sporting Lisbon, and has fallen off lately, but a tally of 30 goals contribution from last season was always going to be difficult to replicate, and 15 this season is not bad at all. Jadon Sancho. The signing of Jadon Sancho was a long-term investment given his age of just 22, and albeit an easier league, the Englishman tore apart the Bundesliga in his first season at Dortmund, so his ability is not in question. Indeed, he has not settled in at Old Trafford, but who can blame him when the team has been as disjointed as it is, honestly. That seems true to me because I feel Sancho and all these few other guys will still stay in United after the summer. Okay, here's another blog post that catches my attention, and it says, stick it out with Barca or transfer to Manchester United. What's next for Frankie de Jong? Let's dive in. Frankie de Jong has had a strange season with Barcelona, and his performance against Rayo Vallecano over the weekend summed that up the best. The Dutchman started the match but was taken off after 60 minutes and was visibly annoyed with the substitution, going straight to the dressing room as his team fell to a home defeat. This was another addition to a series of matches where he, like the rest of the team, hasn't performed well, coming on the back of a strong run of form at the start of 2022. What does the future hold for Frankie de Jong? It has been a bit of a trend for de Jong and his career at Barcelona. There have been moments of brilliance, but also many moments of inconsistency, and that has been a source of frustration. There was a belief around the club that following the arrival of Xavi, the inconsistency would be ironed out, and it even showed in Barcelona's great run of form last month. But that has not been the case. Rumors around the club suggest that de Jong is now no longer seen as an indispensable member of the squad, and that could open the door for his departure in the summer. However, it will be silly to cash in on him right now, especially as Xavi has been identified as the club's long-term manager, and the coach himself is keen on giving the player a chance. De Jong has not had a coach for longer than 2 full seasons since joining Barcelona, with Ernesto Valverde and Quique Setien and Ronald Koeman lasting shorter than that period. In recent days, Manchester United have been touted as a potential destination for de Jong, with incoming manager Erik ten Hag a fan of the midfielder. The two worked together at Ajax, and de Jong was an integral part of the Ajax team that reached the Champions League semi-final in 2018-19. It's too soon to suggest where de Jong will be playing his football, but if any club wants him, they will have to cough up a huge fee, possibly one over £70 million. But is a move to Manchester United really worth the risk? Honestly, imagine now moving to United is a risk now. Damn it. Yeah, I think if he doesn't want to come, personally, he shouldn't. We need more fired up players, but as it is also, he has worked with Ten Hag before, and Ten Hag also knows his ability, and it could be a great weapon for us or great tool for us, but either way, it's all good. If he doesn't want to come, we should find a replacement, get a better midfielder who would be cheaper at least for this £70 million of a thing. I'm not sure we can provide it, especially for the number of players who want to buy and sell. I mean, like, you. But let's dive over the blog post of this episode. And in our next game, we'll be facing Chelsea. No. Imagine this, we face Liverpool, they'll face Arsenal, then we're facing Chelsea. Honestly, I have no hope for this game. See, if we are to win this game, or to predict anything, probably we'll win a 1-0 win. And if not, we'll be trashed heavily because Chelsea seem more fired up than us. Considering the game we played with Arsenal, the game was so crazy. Going into that game, my hopes is not really high at all. I just hope we have a win and get as much points we can get just to buttress our situation right now. Alright, see you guys in the next episode. Until then, remain red and forever remain red.